is time for your weekly breakdown on the latest in entertainment, sports, pop culture, and all things Milwaukee. This is Nothing But the Truth with Melanie Ricks. Now streaming on 1017 The Truth YouTube with the witty banter, latest trends on social media, and hottest celebrity topics, here is Melanie Ricks.
What's really good, y'all? Hello, hello. Welcome to Nothing But the Truth with Melanie Ricks. And today's show is definitely going to be about some hot celebrity topics. Before we get into those, what's really good, Jason Smith?
Come on, man. It's another Wednesday. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
It is.
Like you say, it's a lot of stuff that went on this weekend that we got to talk about.
Definitely. So lately, okay, not even lately, I feel like this has been a months-long thing. Kendrick Lamar. I mean, to say that he is at the top is putting it lightly. And it was just announced this past weekend that he will be headlining the 2025 Super Bowl halftime show in New Orleans, which, by the way, we also need to talk about the fact that they chose K-Dot over Lil Wayne, but we can get into that later. We'll get into that later. It's a no-brainer, honestly, or should I say it's a no-wainer. I did that.
I like that one, bro. I like that one.
Sorry. I reached for that one. I'm going to have to stretch later. Hopefully I didn't pull anything on that one. But, K-Dot has been at the top of his game. And I hate to say it, but this is kind of all thanks to Drake. Excuse me, no. This is thanks to J. Cole. If you think about it, J. Cole really started all of this because he had the audacity to call them the Big Three. That's really where it all started, if you think about it.
Well, first off, what are we talking about? The audacity?
I know, and I'm only saying it like that because K-Dot was offended.
Oh, okay, because Cole my favorite rapper.
No, and I'm not throwing shade.
Okay.
And K-Dot came at him like, excuse you, what Big Three? It's just Big Me. You know what I'm saying?
He did.
But yeah, so that's really where it all started, and that's where we are heading in. That's the direction we're going to head, I should say, for today's show. We got to talk about Kendrick Lamar headlining this year's Super Bowl halftime. And I got to ask the question, is Kendrick Lamar, a.k.a. K-Dot, a.k.a. your favorite rapper's favorite rapper, is he the most powerful man in hip-hop right now? Not even just rapper, is he the most powerful man in hip-hop? Because you even got Jay-Z giving him his props. I mean, come on now. And when you get it from Jigga, now because Jigga be quiet these days. He be golfing. You know what I'm saying? He's retired. He's not retired, but he acts like he's retired. We don't really hear from him too often. So when you got him talking to the media, giving him his flowers, and I know he's kind of always done that with, the rappers that but the fact that he even chimed in on this, I'm like, oh, poor Drake, poor Canada. They're so nice. They really are. Canadians are really friendly. I kind of feel bad for them. And I also want to know, will you be arrested if you play Not Like Us in Canada right now? I'm just wondering. Is it...
They did get into a fight with Rick Ross. Did you see that?
No. Tell me things.
No, around when the beef was going on, Rick Ross and his bodyguards and people, they were in Toronto.
Okay.
And they started playing Not Like Us, and they got jumped. I'm talking Rick Ross got beat up. His bodyguard got destroyed.
Wait, what?
Yes.
I did not hear about this.
That's wild.
That is wild. This was when the song first came out? Or?
Yeah, this is Dana right after the Pop-Out concert. Kendrick Lamar Pop-Out. It was Dana right after.
Oh, and Canada was super sour after that concert. Because that kind of solidified it as the song of the summer.
Oh, yeah.
Because that was right when summer was starting. And then you had, all these different people who are from Cali, all these different rappers and athletes and singers, etc., and just celebrities and famous people in general on stage singing this song, coming for your favorite rapper. I can't even. And the thing about me saying in the beginning your favorite rapper's rapper is that I think that Kendrick Lamar, he's surpassed where Drizzy was, at least for right now.
Yeah.
I think that it's safe to say that K-Dot is ruling all things. I think he can do no wrong right now unless he did something just crazy. But I want to get into the fact that this bar, if you will, by Jermaine Cole, is such a simple little bar. All he said was, Big Three. Who's the Big Three? It's Drizzy, K-Dot, it's me. That's it. Wait, hard to argue the hardest MC, is it K. Dot, is it Aubrey, or me? That's specifically what he said. And then he said, we the big three, like we started the league. But right now, I feel like Muhammad Ali. So this is the thing. It was so simple. It was so like, oh, that was a good part, that was a good part. And then K. Dot said, sir, don't you ever. No, just kidding. But like, for real though, like he really came at him. So you said that you're a J. Cole fan. I am going to assume that you are also a Kendrick Lamar fan.
Oh, yeah.
Safe to assume. How did you feel, before we can get into the not like us of it all, how did you feel when he came for J. Cole low-key and said, it's just Big Me? Did you look at it as a diss? Did you look at it as him coming for like J. Cole? Like, how did you view that initially?
When Kendrick first replied to J. Cole, I was thinking it's just friendly competition.
Yeah, cash.
They've been doing that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's light work.
Right.
I think everybody else blew that part out of proportion. Like, that's, if you're talking about the song like that with Future and Kendrick.
Because that was the original response.
Say that again?
That was the original response.
Yes, that was the first response to First Person Shooter with J. Cole and Drake.
Correct.
And I think people blew that out of proportion.
I think so too.
Because that's the only thing he said about J. Cole, and that's the only thing he replied to.
Yes.
However, I do think that Kendrick could have, because he said another bar on one of the other songs said that, like, I hope that they my friends or I'm going to YMW Melly in them. And I'm like, dang, K-Dot.
That was very aggressive, because if you know, that's not a friendly bar.
That's what I'm saying.
I was like,
and the thing is,
I ain't even trying to be like that, but I'm like, where did that come from?
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, where'd that come from?
Why stick to Drake? But I would say that J. Cole, I think that he thought this was just going to be friendly battle. He did not know that Kendrick and Drake was about to come throwing blows at each other, taking personal shots.
J. Cole bowed out.
That's why he bowed out.
To do with it, because he knew I think he saw the trajectory at which it was going, and it was like at a high speed. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It was like, oh, nothing's gonna stop this. And I'm be real honest. I'll admit it, y'all. I thought the beef was fake. I did until what do I want to say? Until the pedophile bar, literally. And sorry, I don't even like saying that word, but specifically when I first heard that, I was like, oh, this is real. I was like, oh, that's something you don't joke about, obviously. I don't care who you are. And if he is joking about that, shame on him. But I know he's not. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, he said that deliberately to come for Drake. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And because of all the accusations that have been made, which I don't want to get into all that. But that's when I knew it was real. So, like, okay, I'm sorry. I kind of cut you off. So, Kendrick said what he said. And then how were you feeling? You're like, okay, my two favorite rappers right now, what's going on?
See, it's tough because Kendrick is one of my favorites.
One of your
However, favorites. One of my best friends, his favorite rapper is Kendrick. My favorite rapper is Cole. So, we always butting heads.
Right.
But I do understand that Kendrick is greater than J. Cole. So, from a standpoint of accolades, sales, from that standpoint.
Okay.
So, I was definitely a little hurt because I want to see a battle between them, but not nothing personal.
No,
strictly bars. That's it.
And it got personal quick.
That's exactly. But like Kendrick and Drake, I knew that wasn't fake because if people really go back, I'm talking years ago, throughout all their little songs, they throwing subliminals towards each other that we thinking like, man, was he talking about Kendrick on that? Was he talking about Drake on? So this was boiling, and then it just got out of control.
Well, and Jason, thank you for saying that because I think that's, and hip-hop heads, they know what you know.
Yeah.
I only know so much because I'm going to be honest, I genuinely try to stay out of rap beefs. This was something, you couldn't avoid this. You know what I'm saying?
This was the biggest rap beef of all time. I don't care what nobody say.
Of all time. Because y'all can say the whole Tupac and Biggie, but like that was in the 90s when not everybody even listened to hip-hop.
Exactly.
And now hip-hop, I would argue, is the most... what do I want to say? The most popular? Is that the best word? I don't know if I want to,
It's the most popular genre.
You think it's the most popular genre? Let's just say it. And I feel bad because I'm biased. You're a little biased, but let's call it what it is. You know what I'm saying? Globally, I would argue it is the most popular genre. That being said, social media, TikTok, all of those things. And then you got people who are from like, I mean, I'm talking like villages in Asia that are playing this song. You know what I'm saying? In the Olympics. I mean, come on. There's so many different platforms that happen to be going on this summer. And then the pop-out concert. I mean, come on. That really did it. And this man, what was it, 5 times? How many?
5 times.
I mean, he said, in case y'all didn't hear it before. Like, it was one of those where it's like, okay, so the nail has officially gone in the coffin. Okay, got you. All right, so somebody's digging a grave as we speak. Got it.
They knew it. Listen, those fans, you see them fans got louder every single time.
Every time it got louder. Oh my gosh. And then I didn't hear a peep from Drake. The first time I saw him was at the white party. I forget his name.
Michael Rubin.
Thank you. The guy who owns Fanatics. Thank you. I was like, hi, Drake. And, you know what I mean? I was like, what's up, Drake? Over there? Blink twice if you're not okay. And then Drake started coming out with all this new wave. And I like it. I'm into his new music. It's giving Take Care Drake. That's what it reminds me of, at least.
That's probably, Nothing Was the Same, my favorite
Nothing
Drake.
was the same.
Take Care, my second favorite.
Love Take Care Drake. But that being said, the fact that Drake kind of went ghost, in my opinion, I was like, oh, did Drake just wave the white flag? And I know Drizzy, he ain't gonna like permanently wave a white flag. He the type where he's patient. He's diabolical.
Yeah.
Like, Drake is diabolical. I think he is. I think he's waiting for the right opportunity. But that being said, I don't know if anything can ever.
That opportunity ain't coming, boss.
I don't think it's coming. I don't think it is. I'm sorry. Unless he got some stupid dirt on K-Dot. Like, I'm talking dummy dirt. You know what I mean?
He already got caught up lying about the setting Kendrick up with his pop stuff. So it's over. The only thing he ever had on Kendrick was the stuff with his wife. And they shut that down in a Not Like Us video because they dancing, crip walking all over Drake.
Dog. Okay. Yes. That was hard for me. I'm not going to lie to you, because what Jason is referring to are the domestic violence allegations. I don't know what's truth in that. I have no idea. But to your point, you see Kendrick and his wife and their kids crip walking to he a fan.
Like, what?
I'm literally, the verse at the end when it was like, oh, this is clearly about Drizzy. You want to make sure we know what it is. That's when they start. I'm like, oh, okay, so I understand what it is. Okay, so the message is loud and clear. Got you. And your wife is also on your team. Okay, bet. Thank you for shutting down the rumors. Appreciate you. That really solidified it.
So what did Drake say? That Day Free stuff, that is garbage. They are if you go to Day Free Instagram right now, Twitter or Instagram right now, him and Kendrick together almost every day. Yes. They are literally co-directed the Not Like Us video.
I know.
So what are we talking about?
There's nothing to talk about. There's nothing to discuss. Like, Kendrick Lamar is the most powerful figure in hip hop, in music right now.
See, when you first said that, when you first say most powerful, Jay-Z was the first person that came to my head. Just because, he a billion.
I know. And he's married to Beyonce.
And his wife. His wife is Beyonce. Like, you're a billionaire and your wife is Beyonce? However, Kendrick right now, he's the most powerful. First, he got a Pulitzer Prize. He is a monster. He's beyond rap. So he's the most powerful man in rap, yes.
Yes, I would definitely agree. And then the Super Bowl only solidified that. You know what I'm saying? Football is the most popular American sport. Obviously, the halftime show, the NFL halftime show, by far, by the way, what is it? I forget I don't even want to butcher it, but let's just say millions upon millions upon millions. It is the most watched American event every year. Hands down, nothing comes close. Literally nothing comes close. And they say, we want you, K-Dot. We want you to come and perform at halftime because they know. Yeah. Because they know. And that's going to be an extremely popular halftime show. It's going to be probably one of the most viewed, I would argue. Yes. And I think that, you know what's funny? This is going to be a year-long beef now. Because if you think about it, it was around February, March, I think, April maybe? Yeah. I'm starting to forget when this all even started. Because the J. Cole bar, Kendrick didn't even respond to that until months later. I'm talking and it was because of the Metro Boomin album. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was in that song. And so for me, I looked at it like, K-Dot was just using some material that J. Cole essentially handed it to him.
Yeah.
But then Drake took it to another level. Like, I hate to be this person, but, like, I kind of feel like Drake did this to himself.
He did.
Like, he didn't have to respond.
He dug his own grave.
You know what I mean? And, like, I get it because I think Drake is used to being the most powerful man in hip-hop, you know? And that, whether you agree with that or not, I personally believe that Drake believed, past tense, that he was the most powerful, you know, I mean, really artist in general.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, Drake sells well.
He got more top 10s than the Beatles and Michael Jackson.
And I'm not surprised.
Like,
No disrespect, of course.
yeah.
I love Drake music. I really do. But that being said, I think he got too big for his britches, and I think that Kendrick wanted to, you know, let him sit down and be humble, pun intended. And then not only that, I think that Drake took that bar too personally, because I have always believed that Kendrick is in a category of his own.
Yeah.
So that bar, genuinely, I did not look at it as a diss, and I agree with you. I think that the fans took it to another level, and that probably was part of it. You know, the fans hyping Drake up, or like maybe the fans hyping Drake's team up, who then had to hype Drake up. Because I don't know how much Drake is really scrolling on social media. Like J. Cole admitted in that same song, actually, that he be quiet, but he sees everything on, you know, Twitter, whatever it was that he said. He was like, I see that. I don't be tweeting like that, but I see it. And I don't know about Drake. I could see him, like, checking for his name. I could see him just keeping up with the trends. But that being said, I have a feeling somebody got in his head and said, you know, he came at you, right? And J. Cole at first, you know, responded, and then he said, you know what? Y'all got it. You got it. You got it. My bad, y'all. I didn't mean to get involved. We're going to delete this. Like, he literally deleted it. You can't listen to it anymore.
And only that song.
Only that song. Like, which, by the way, how did you feel about your guy when he did that? Because people
I don't like that.
I don't either.
I hate that.
People were saying he was acting kind of scary.
Like, because I do understand why J. Cole backed out.
Me too.
I completely agree.
I
would have done the same thing.
I respect it.
However, don't delete the song.
You can't delete the song. Because now that it's, like, out there in the public, come on now, dog.
Like, come on.
You know? Because, like, it's there. Like, we can still play
And it's the fact that the diss, honestly, it was a good diss. If this was a beef with straight bars and straight rapping, they would have went crazy. 100%. They hopped on J. Cole diss because it wasn't as vindictive. He wasn't going into Kendrick.
It wasn't about that. It was just a response. It was simply a response. But I think that Drake did take it to another level, and I kind of cut myself off. I think that K-Dot saying it's just Big Me, that's very Kendrick Lamar of him. That's a bar that he would drop no matter who would have called him the Big Three. I don't think it had anything to do personally with J. Cole and Drake. But I think that, actually, I don't know why J. Cole made a response and then deleted. To be honest, I don't know what that was about. But I do think that Drake got in his own head and didn't realize it was going to get to the point that it did. And I think he has regrets. You know, if he was starring in the movie Malibu's Most Wanted, he would have regrets. Like, you know what I mean? I really do think that Drake has a lot of regrets. He's probably very Aubrey Graham right now.
I would be too. And I know why J. Cole backed out. It's simply because he thought it was friendly competition. He actually, a story came out, and Schoolboy Q called him and actually told him, hey, bro, you might want to chill out on this one because this is about to take a whole nother turn.
Right.
And he was like, ooh, all right, let me sit back because I don't want to deal with none of this. He's peaceful. J. Cole is peaceful.
Listen, J. Cole is so peaceful, and to be honest, I was actually surprised he even got himself involved at all. That's what I'm saying. I respect that he bowed out. The only thing I don't love, to your point, like if you already made the song, if you published it, if it's public record, you may as well leave it. You know what I mean? Own it. Stand on it. And I get it. You can apologize or whatever you need to, whatever you want to call it. Because I think he basically did apologize. But like, whatever you need to do, say it. But then be like, listen, I'm just making music, y'all. This ain't personal. I got love for K-Dot. I got love for Aubrey. It's fine. We're good. You know what I mean? I don't think he needed to take it back. Because you can't take it back. It's written in ink. It's permanent. Like, we all know.
You can't do that in hip-hop. I'm sorry. And I know, who am I to tell J. Cole?
But, I mean, you're a hip-hop head. You're a fan.
I love this hip-hop stuff, and I have never seen nothing like that. He made history with that. I'm not going to lie.
Yes, he did.
He made history with that one.
And not exactly in a good way.
And not in a good way.
So let's talk about it, though. Not Like Us. In your opinion, not reading any other opinions or any breakdowns or anything, just from hearing the song, understanding all of the noise that surrounded it, why do you think Not Like Us was the song of the summer?
Just to feel the vibe the upbeatness to it.
Yeah.
I don't even think that was the best diss song that Kendrick dropped. I think Meet the Grams. Oh my goodness.
Meet the Grams is so underrated, and I think because Not Like Us it just overpowered
It's a hit.
everything. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not just a diss track, whereas
Yeah.
Meet the Grams was like direct shot. That was like, you can't deny what this is. And obviously Not Like Us too, but it's a bop. Meet the Grams isn't like it's a different kind of vibe.
That's Meet the Grams is you sitting down and you listening.
I had to-
You dang near got the lyrics out trying to dissect everything going
I
on.
literally did. It's not that often that I do that with song. I was reading the lyrics as I was listening to that track, to your point.
And this man and Meet the Grams, the man was literally writing letters to his mama, his pops, and his unknown daughter. And what's even crazier, something that people got to understand, me and my friend, we was in my apartment, we were listening to this in real time. I'm talking as the songs were dropping.
Come on.
We were listening to this. So this is what forever be the greatest be for me.
Right.
But Not Like Us, it's the song of the summer because it is a hit. First off, the beat is insane.
Yes, it is.
Like Mustard went crazy with the beat. You can play that song and you can dance to it. And once you got that, and then the quotables in the song, the A minor, the certified lover boy, the what, the quotables is just so much into it
The
where
production is just
anybody
off the
can
charts.
sing it.
Yes, I agree. Which, by the way, speaking of, I hate that. So I call it a call to action.
Yeah.
I hate that it's the A minor. I hate you know what it's about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because there's still that piece of me that's like, because I don't play. And I'm not saying K-Dot play about that either.
Oh, yeah, but...
That's what I'm saying. He was serious.
Yes.
For even including that bar. You know what I'm saying? But I don't play about that. And so when I listen to it, there's that cringe.
And that's how I feel every time I listen to Drake now. That's the craziest thing. I feel cringe.
You think about it.
I'm like, I don't know.
And you know
but the thing is about that bar, and we talked about the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
This man is about to have the whole world.
The whole world.
Singing this song.
The whole world.
Oh my God.
How do you come back from that?
It's over. Like Kendrick said, no round twos.
It's done.
It's over.
Like, Aubrey literally released some music that, was his 2010 self. Like, that's how done it is. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Like, I'm just saying, when he released all this new music, they didn't have nothing to do with anything.
It had nothing to do with. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I haven't even heard the new music.
You haven't?
I have not. It's so hard. Oh no, actually I did hear one song.
Yeah.
I did hear one song, and it was actually cold. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh, they all are. It's all fire.
Drake cold.
Of course he is, but you're not gonna hear about it.
Yeah, you ain't gonna hear about it no more.
Nah. And I can't even begin to predict the future, Jason. But you're right. Like, the whole world is going to, like, oh my god.
Think about this though, Mel.
What?
It's kids. There's videos going around with all these little kids singing that song. This generation is growing up calling Drake this unflattering term. And when they get older and they really realize what's going on, what Kendrick Lamar did was change the public perception of Drake. And that is...
Of Drake.
And forever, too.
It'll never be the same.
It will... Hey!
Really?
Hey!
Oh.
Hey! You a beast with them, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. You a beast with them puns.
Don't mind me. Hey, y'all take care, right? Okay. So, yeah. That being said, though, Jason, like, honestly, okay. Real talk, I believe that what's done in the dark will come to light. However, and I'm being real honest, I'm being serious, I never thought that the accusations were what they were. And I don't necessarily want to get into it now, but the Millie Bobby Brown stuff and, unfortunately, the way that I always explained it away, and not even just because I'm a Drake fan, but honestly, in Hollywood, they treat children like adults. And I'm not saying it's okay. But I think, I know because we've read all about it. There have been published reports. There have been people who have actually come out and said this, including the directors of Stranger Things, the writers of Stranger Things, the adults that are on that set with her. She has been treated like the adult in her family. She's been the person who has supported her family since she was very young. And unfortunately, she was put into very adult situations from a very young age. It's not uncommon in Hollywood. It's most definitely not okay, but it's not uncommon. I believe that when she was texting Drake, she was like 15 years old.
She's like 14.
Super weird. Very weird. But that being said, I used to be a dance teacher. I used to text my students, and I'm talking like, I will admit I wasn't as old as Drake. I will admit that. I stopped teaching dance when I was 27, 28. So this is between age 18 and like 27, 28. So, I was a little bit younger. And I didn't text them random things. But I did develop friendships with my students. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, nothing ever like over the top or whatever. I was always very aware these are children. You can't talk to children about anything as close as you get. If you ever have been a coach or a student or a mentor, you know how, especially when it's like a cool kid who acts like they're older than what they are, but you still have to remember that's a child. You know what I'm saying? And you have to keep them in a child's place. And I think that's where Drake got mixed up, however you want to frame it. I think that she was not kept in a child's place, therefore he did not treat her as such. And I think it made him look really bad because Millie Bobby Brown, God bless her, she's just an innocent baby at the time. She was the one that told us that he was texting her. Remember that? And she was innocent. She wasn't saying it to like tell on him. She was saying like, yeah, Drake texts me all the time. And people were like, I'm sorry, Drake does what?
That just sounds crazy.
It sounds crazy. But, and again, I'm not trying to like make excuses, be an apologist, I promise. But because I have had like a bond, I'll call it a bond, with someone who is a minor before, I understand how the lines can be crossed. However, if it's crossed like that, where this 14-year-old girl is telling the media that this, I think he was 30-year-old man texts her about dating advice, it's like, Drake, you cannot be texting a 14-year-old girl dating advice. I get that maybe she views you as an older bro, but no, sir. You are 30. You cannot relate to a 14-year-old girl, period. At that point, that's up to Drake to say, no, we do not text about this. Maybe I have your number. I don't want to know why you have her number, but like, it's Hollywood, and I just feel like adults and kids, I know it sounds weird, but I think they intermingle more than we realize. And I don't mean that inappropriately. I'm just saying, like, I genuinely think that kids in Hollywood are put in adult situations. It sucks. It's disgusting, but I don't think Drake meant harm. However, where I do think there was harm is where he allowed it to get to a point where this girl is clearly so comfortable with texting him that she's telling the world that she, and real casually too, like the way she said it, I think it was on a red carpet, and I don't know why it came up, but like people were literally like, I'm sorry, what? Drake, as in the rapper? 31-year-old Drake is texting, like that's weird. That being said though, Jason, was there ever any part of you that could see the innocence in it, or did you think it was wrong as soon as you heard it?
As soon as I heard it, I thought it was wrong. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
I can understand that the point of having, like, them having some type of bond, because obviously Drake, he was a star as a kid.
And
with
that's a great point. Thank you for saying that. He was the kid in Hollywood at one point.
Yeah, he was like big star in Canada.
Friends too.
Yeah. So it's like I do understand that, even with the advice and all of that. Like he could have been giving her advice on how to manage fame and how to manage Hollywood.
Thank you.
Like we don't know the context of the text,
right?
But on the surface.
Oh
my God! She should have just not said nothing.
But she didn't know. She's a kid. She's a kid.
She's a kid. She don't know nothing.
And that's why you shouldn't be texting kids that kind of stuff.
Exactly.
Because kids will tell on you without meaning
to. They tell the truth.
They tell the truth. And again, I don't think it was anything salacious. I'm going to sit here and say I do not think it was anything inappropriate, because I don't want to believe that it was anything inappropriate. I'd like to believe that now that she is a grown woman, a grown married woman, by the way, so weird, that she would recognize, okay, that was wrong. And she's never come out and said that.
Yeah.
So I'd like to believe it was an appropriate relationship, but you crossed the line. I'm sorry, but you did. The fact that she is saying that you give her dating advice and that you're texting, and you crossed the line. You did, because you can't let it get to that point where she's comfortable talking to people about your relationship in that way. That's weird.
And he got to be smarter. You
just have to be
know
smarter.
Who you are Drake.
Come on now.
Bro, you are Drake.
Come
like,
on now.
What are you doing? Why would you even risk? But I ain't gonna lie. I know the Millie Brown situation, but I think Kendrick was digging even deeper. I think Kendrick knows stuff we don't know.
It was more than that. You know it was.
Man,
you know
Baca got a weird case. Why is he around? Did you look into that Baca case?
I didn't. I was afraid of what I would find, I'll be honest. What did you... Uh-oh.
Human trafficking.
Okay.
Minors.
Drake?
Yeah. And I'm just saying, that's his best friend.
Right. And we're birds of a feather. Let's just
you
say
feel
that.
what I'm saying?
Of course I do.
Why is he still around?
Right. Woo!
I don't want to believe that. I grew up on Drake.
I know.
I grew up on on Drake.
But I don't put anything past anybody.
Not, especially not in Hollywood.
No.
Oh my goodness.
And I don't want to compare, but Michael Jackson, similarly, was a child star.
Yes.
And ended up befriending child stars as an adult.
Yes.
Macaulay
Culkin.
And he wasn't the only one.
Yeah.
And Drake, in a similar position, to your point, I'm sure it's like, hey, let me take you under my wing. I get it. I mean, because think about it, Drake, well, he wasn't as big as Millie Bobby Brown, but, like, I watched Degrassi when I knew who Drake was. I knew who Aubrey Graham was.
Yeah.
But, like, he understood what that was like to be in that world. And I think Michael Jackson also did. And, therefore they take these children under their wings, not realizing, like, I understand that you may have mentally stopped, developing when you reach child stardom. Therefore, you can relate to these children, but most adults can't relate to children. Like, it's weird. I'm sorry. It's weird. It's just weird.
I cannot hang out with a kid.
No, I have a 15 now year old sister. I don't, like, she's cool. But like, we only hang out for so long before I'm like, all right, I gotta go hang out with my adult friends. Like, I'm sorry, girl, you're such a kid. You know what I mean? Like, and
I'm gonna be kicking it, I love Mike, but I'm not gonna be having no sleepovers.
Right.
With no little kids, bro. No matter what.
It's weird. It's weird.
It's weird.
And at some point, you as the adult have to step in and say, this is weird. Otherwise, somebody else will do it for you, Kendrick. So, now that Kendrick Lamar is going to be headlining the Super Bowl, do you think that Drake's career will be able to survive? Because I'm just only assuming that Not Like Us is going to remain like at least a charting song. It's going to sit atop the charts, right? Do you think, though, let's say that the song continues to stay popular, the Super Bowl kind of blows it back up all over again, it hits number one all over again, do you think Drake's career will come back? Because Drake usually releases, like, songs of the summer. I know Certified Lover Boy was a little bit different, but usually he comes out with a summer anthem. Do you think that's going to change his career now moving forward, especially now that K-Dot is the headliner for the Super Bowl?
Yes.
It will.
We got to understand, Not Like Us is Kendrick's biggest song ever.
Ever.
And we're talking about Kendrick Lamar. And this is his biggest song ever.
Come on.
And it's about to get even bigger.
Yeah.
You know how many people outside of America about to tune into that? People who don't even know nothing about the beef.
Right.
About to tune into the Super Bowl.
Right.
Hear that song
Yeah.
and be like, wait, what's this?
Yeah.
I guarantee you that's going to go number one. It's going to stay number one for a minute.
Yes.
The streaming numbers going to be crazy. It's over for Drake.
It's
like,
gonna
I
be the
do
most
think
streamed song
Drake
ever.
is still Drake.
Yeah.
He's still Drake. He go drop music. He go stream the numbers. He gonna sell his albums. He go chart high. However, that prestige and that level, that aura that he had, it's not the same. And it will never be the same.
Let me ask you this. How do you feel about us finding out about our favorite rappers in this way? Because let's be honest, it's not just Drake.
Yeah.
I hate to go there. And can you separate the music from that? Because, Chris Brown is an example. Mm-hmm. Well, we have so many different examples. I'm not even going to go down the list. But, like, there's a lot of examples of still really popular artists where you almost have to make that decision. But, like, for you, you said that you haven't even listened to Drake's new stuff. Why is that?
I think because every time I hear Drake, it's like...
You cringe, like you said earlier. You said you cringe.
But I'm not going to lie to you. Because I be having this debate and I be having this conversation with people about separating the art from the human. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can listen to. I will still be. Eventually, this phase go past and I'll be able to turn Drake back on. But I do believe when an artist put art out, that art is its own living, breathing entity.
Absolutely.
Like it's not the artist anymore. Like, yes, it's from the artist, but it's not the artist. This is his own thing. And music is up to your own interpretation.
Facts.
So I can hear this and feel this and vibe to this and gain inspiration from it, gain understanding, gain relatability from it, and still understand that this person is not a good person. R. Kelly. Listen about R. Kelly. Now listen, I haven't listened to R. Kelly in forever. Dang. I wonder if that's why. But I haven't listened to R. Kelly in forever. However, he is a sick man. He is. Like, from all the stuff that came on. But are we going to say that R. Kelly is not one of the greatest singers and R&B singers of all time? And he didn't make some of the best music ever?
I can, but you know why? Because of just how atrocious,
it's
how
bad.
Because
it's bad.
I think Robert Kelly, honestly, I think that he is probably one of the top 5 worst examples of a human.
He is.
You know what I mean?
Human being wise, yes.
You know what I'm saying? And I agree with you. But the words can't come out of my mouth that he is one of the greatest because of how bad his actions are. So thank you for giving that example.
Yeah.
He's probably, honestly, like the one artist I literally will never be able to listen to, like look at, you know what I'm saying, appreciate, respect ever again. And I lost that for him decades ago.
Before?
Oh, I lost it because I knew about Aaliyah.
Oh, the fits, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I've known about the Aaliyah stuff since I was 18. Like when I turned 18, 19, and I like started doing my own digging into that because I love Aaliyah. I love Aaliyah. I had no idea. And that was like a real thing. Like it was like an open secret that he married this 15-year-old girl. And then her Age Ain't Nothing But a Number album, he wrote it. And he literally is telling us to our faces. You know what I'm saying? Like you're a sick, nasty little old man. You know what I mean? Like not even man. He's like a, you know.
Do you know, and this is even going to get even sicker, you know the story behind You Are Not Alone? Because you know he wrote You Are Not Alone.
Tell me the story.
You know that he wrote, so he impregnated one of his slaves and ended up.
He did have slaves, by the way.
Yeah, one of his sex slaves. Come on, he has sex slaves. Like that, I don't want to hear people debate that.
Right.
He impregnated her and ended up, I guess the baby had a miscarriage due to his negligence. And he wrote that song before Michael Jackson even knew about it. He wrote that song to her.
No.
Oh my, it's so sick. Saying that she's not. I'm finna cry. I ain't gonna lie. But he wrote that song like telling her basically like she's not alone. After he caused that damage,
and then he gave that to Michael Jackson, and he sweetly sung it like on some like, "Oh, Mike is telling us."
For a girl, like, you know, like, really, Lisa Marie Presley is in the video, so we thinking that he's talking about Lisa Marie Presley.
Right.
His wife.
I can't.
So, yeah, no, yeah.
So, but thank you for bringing him up, because that is someone I can never separate. To me, they are one and the same, because in his art is part of where he did his, I don't even know what to call it.
I didn't think about that.
But he did. He used his art to hide what he was doing. He literally immersed it in there. Like there is no distinction. They are one and the same.
It's not.
You know
it's
what I
not
mean?
with that. What about Chris Brown though?
Chris Brown is really tough for me because I always go back to Rihanna. Yeah. That's where it all started.
Yeah.
But then I take it even further. I don't know if you remember this, but in his early days, like I'm talking really early days, Chris used to talk about how his mom was abused by his dad, and he said that's what he grew up seeing. He thought it was normal. And then it comes out a few years later that he was doing the same thing to Rihanna. Now, she has forgiven him publicly and privately, you know, or so she said. They made a song together after the fact, actually multiple songs together after the fact, because she was able to forgive, I was. And there was more to it that came out that said essentially they weren't even really together anymore when that all happened, but they were still together for PR purposes.
Yeah.
And that was part of the dispute in the car where essentially she felt like he was making her look stupid. And it's like, we're contractually obligated to one another and you're really doing this to me. And it turned into what it turned into. Now, I'll never forgive him for putting hands on her.
Yeah.
But because she was able to forgive, and I personally feel that he's a creature of his environment, I think Chris needs a lot of help. I think that he needs, help mentally with, his addiction issue. Like, I think he has other issues. I think he's well-intended, but I don't think he has good people around him.
Yeah.
And I think he's, seriously, he's a mastermind. I mean, I think that in a good way, by the way.
Yeah.
I think that he could have been the Michael Jackson of our time. He was.
He literally was on our trajectory.
You know what I mean? He was. He honestly was. And if you just listen to his music, if somebody didn't know anything about his backstory, they would say he is the Michael Jackson of our time.
You see him dance?
Come on now, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, that's ain't there, Mike.
He's a quadruple threat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everything. And the beats that he chooses, the producers he works with, the fact that he can rap and sing, the fact that he has style, he has swag. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm sorry, but I don't think I've ever heard a Chris Brown song that I didn't like. That being said, there's obviously a lot that goes along with being a Chris Brown fan, and it's complicated. It is. But if, Rihanna were to not forgive him, then I wouldn't either. And is that bad on me? Is it bad that I forgave him because she did? Like, honestly, like, where do you sit with that?
I don't think it's bad for you because I can understand your perspective because you saying, well, I mean, it happened to her, and if she go get it, she can forgive. I mean, it didn't happen to me, so like if she can forgive, I can forgive. But you stumped me with the R. Kelly thing because when I didn't think about if an artist is using their art to perpetuate their sickness. Yeah, no, you can't separate that. And the thing is, I don't think Chris Brown did that. I think Chris Brown still, no matter what, like, I mean, his music was still wholesome. His music was still what it was. Yeah. So that's why with Chris Brown, I can separate it. I do think, obviously, he made a very, very terrible mistake.
Yeah.
But I think that the world needs to forgive him because the world is still holding him. Oh, man,
you always refer to that. And he's had so many other things since then. I'm like, that's not even his problem anymore.
That's what I'm saying. He's dealing with drug problems, all types of stuff.
It's the drugs, it's the alcohol, it's the addiction issue. Yeah. Like, that's what it is, more so. But then you get into her, like, Karachi. Like, what's her name?
Oh, yeah, Karuchi. Oh, I forgot about Karuchi.
You know what I'm saying? So there are other things. No, there are. There are. But Karuchi, even she's kind of been a little... So it's like, what? I don't know the story. I don't know enough. I don't know enough. And that's gray area for me. I don't even like being like that because I'm a feminist. I'm 10 toes down for all women and really for anybody who's victims of domestic violence or any type of assault or anything harmful, right? I'm 10 toes down for you. I support you. But it gets gray when his victims forgive him and say you should still support him because he's going through this or going through that or you know what I mean? But I every time he comes up, you said I stumped you. That stumped me. Yeah. Because I have a hard time because I can't separate the two because I think he just deeply needs help. I do. Whereas I think Robert Kelly is a sick, disgusting individual who knew what he was doing. You know, he manipulated all of us. You know what I'm saying? And that manipulation runs so deep.
And right in front of our eyes.
In front of our faces.
Like how are we not seeing this?
Because hindsight is 20/20. Like, you know what I mean?
Man,
but that being said, bringing it back to the future now, or I guess fast forwarding it to the future, what impact do you think that this will have as a whole? Because are we now, as a fan base, in the NFL for that matter, are we perpetuating this idea of putting black men against one another?
Oh.
Are we perpetuating this stigma that in hip-hop, beefs are just the norm? And I know we haven't seen a beef like this, like, ever, to your point earlier. But is there a point at which we have to stop the bleeding?
I think, yes, in a way, the Super Bowl is perpetuating that
like, I don't know how I feel about the NFL, of all the FLs, doing this, because, you know, their history. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to go there. Because I support the Packers. I'll say that. I'll support the Packers.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? The NFL doesn't have the best history when it comes to, the isms.
I don't know. The NFL been racist.
You feel me?
All right.
The is. So how do you feel about them being the ones to say, we're going to give you the biggest platform we possibly can to do this?
I do get the racism. However, I think business trumps that.
Of course.
So always. I think if they looking at, hold on.
Money.
What? We looking at the biggest rapper. He was probably already the best rapper in the game, and now he's the biggest because I think he's bigger than Drake at this point right now.
Oh, he is. No one's bigger than K. Dot right now.
Nobody.
Because I don't think is bigger than that song right now.
I don't even think Taylor Swift bigger than Kendrick right now, and I think. What's going to happen, because that could be a hot take, but I think what's going to happen at the Super Bowl is that Kendrick is going to show, he going to show that he's the biggest rapper. But no, this was business for NFL. They capitalizing off of K-Dot, and I'm sure K-Dot knew, I think he had some type of inkling that this was coming. I don't think they just randomly hit him up like, hey, you want to hop on? Like, no, they were working together. Kendrick could have honestly probably pitched to the Super Bowl, like, hey, I could be the Super Bowl performer and we could really go crazy. So I think while it does unintentionally perpetuate that stereotype, I think it's business.
You think it's business?
I think it's business.
So what does this mean then for hip hop? The fact that, the Super Bowl, another hip hop headliner, which I think is great. We've had quite a few in the last few years, by the way. The fact that this song truly did become, bigger than I think anybody could have ever imagined, including K-Dot. K-Dot knew he had a hit on his hands. I don't think even he realized just the global reach it would really have. Now, let's be honest. I think it helps that it came out around the same time as the NBA Finals and the playoffs, all that. I think it helps that the Olympics happened. But, what do you think this means? Does K-Dot need to release any new music between now and the Super Bowl? I think he can chill.
K-Dot don't got to drop nothing.
He just got to do his discography and then make sure he ends with Not Like Us and we good. What if Drake comes out?
I think... I'm not gonna lie. I think Drake needs to just sit down. I think, bro, I don't want him to do more damage. You already poked a bear. Why would... First off, I don't even get why you would want any type of beef with Kendrick Lamar. And now you already see what he did to you. Do you really want to go again? Do you really... The nail is in the coffin. Basically, you want K-Dot to take the nail out and then put it back in? Why?
Why beat a dead horse?
Don't do that to yourself.
Right. But I think that in Drake's mind, you know what I mean? This is not the end.
It could be ego, pride.
And it could be that he's Canadian. I just think Canadians are just we'll try it again. We got it. No, in a good
persistent.
Way. You feel me?
Yeah, but no, Drake, sit down.
I also want to be humble.
Yeah, for real.
I also want to know, though, real talk, when we go and play the Raptors in Toronto, I want to know if they're going to play that song. I wonder if it's banned from all arenas.
It's banned in. I promise you, there is no place in Canada playing that song.
Ain't no way.
No.
There's no way. You can't.
Not to the ambassador, especially not the Raptors. Drake an ambassador for the Raptors. So if the Raptors played that song, Kendrick will be up another million.
But just imagine being the Raptors this season. Do you know how often they're going to hear that? They're going to hear that every arena.
Oh, my God.
Think about how many... Okay, for real. So when NBA teams come out, they have their intro video and their intro song. Minimum 5 teams. Whoa. 5 teams are going to have that as their intro.
Yeah.
5. I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
I didn't even think about that.
They're going to have it as the intro. They gonna play it when they trying to hype the fans up. They gonna play it when they throw T-shirts. Their dance team is gonna perform to it. Their B-boys are probably gonna spin on their heads to it. And you know what? When they win the game, they're gonna play it again.
Oh my God!
I'm just saying.
Don't let the Raptors get to the finals.
Well, sorry, I didn't mean to laugh.
That is laughable.
That's not nice. But no, don't let them get to the final. Oh my gosh, it's raps. It's raps. And it's
another
not Raptors.
Another one.
I feel like this song has transcended, beyond anything any of us could have ever. But that being said, though, I got to give Kendrick his props. When you talk about standing on game, standing on what you believe in, not being afraid, and making sure that, listen, whatever it is that you're going to come at me with, I'm going to respond. And that could be it. It could be over. But if you're going to continue, well then, baby, let's go. And Kendrick did not bow down. Kendrick did not, and what's funny, he didn't even break a sweat. I feel like it was so light for him that I almost find it disrespectful to call this a battle. I'm sorry. But it was so light. It just seems so effortless from him. He was again, Drake. All right, here we go.
I really gotta...
You know what I mean? He's still talking. And I will admit, I thought it was fake at first because of how quick everything was coming out. It was this week and then next week and then that week. But then again, when the A minor, when that dropped, I was like, oh, no, this is real. This is real.
And it's crazy because they was dropping songs minutes after each other.
That's what dude, I thought that was kind of weird to me. That was the only thing where I'm like, somebody from y'all camp is talking to, you know what I mean? Something. But that's why I thought it was kind of fake. I'm like, oh, it's just entertainment. Love this. This is cool.
Because it's how do you make a response that fast? Now, I ain't gonna lie. I do believe Kendrick can do that.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why it's I believe Kendrick can hear that. What? He just said that? I bet. Now he in the booth in his raps.
Right. Where do we go from here? 1 year from
now. Where we go is we Kendrick, he goes to the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Goes to another level.
Okay.
And Drake continues his decline.
Will Kendrick win a Grammy?
Oh, yes.
This song? Which Grammy? Will it be like the song of the year? I don't even know what the hip hop categories are, but
it's gonna be best male hip hop performance.
Okay, there it is.
Best rap song.
Yeah,
he gonna get about 3 Grammys.
Clear the boards. I think so too.
Yeah.
I think so too. And that's only gonna stomp on it even more.
That's what I just think it's over, dude. Like Drake has not done anything to gain points in this.
He can't.
Beef.
He can't. And if he, like, honestly, I do think Drake is smart. Like, for real. I think he knows. I'm done. I'm done.
The fact that we still talking about this.
This song dropped so long ago. And it's funny because with the Pop Out concert, that to me is where I was like, oh, it's going to be the song of the summer. I'm thinking until maybe July. No. It's like almost the middle of September.
This ain't not even summer no more.
You feel me?
It's fall.
It's fall. And it's going to go through winter because of the Super Bowl. So, and you already know TikTok. I mean, once TikTok grabs a hold of it, usually it keeps the shelf life a little bit longer. But the NFL really did that. Like, I'm sorry. Love y'all, NFL. I think it's so funny that y'all have Kendrick. Because it's obvious, in my opinion, that it's because of this song. Like, let me ask you that. If this song was never released, would Kendrick Lamar be the headliner?
No.
I don't think so either.
The only reason he was even... Because he performed at the Super Bowl with Dr. Dre in 2022.
Yep.
But that's because Dre signed Kendrick and brought him along.
Right.
I don't think they was going to look at Kendrick and be like... I thought they probably would have ended up getting Lil Wayne if this didn't happen.
No, that being said, do you expect to see Wayne on stage with Kendrick?
It's crazy. Mm-hmm. So, I was talking to Ben about this earlier.
Okay.
And I was like, yeah, Kendrick, because, Benjamin, shout out. It's amazing. I was saying... Why wouldn't Kendrick bring Wayne out? Wayne is one of his idols. I remember one time Wayne was he did a retirement thing, and Kendrick was drunk, made some videos rapping all Wayne songs, saying, "You can't do this to me, man. You can't do this to me."
Cute.
However, Ben hit me with something. Drake is Lil Wayne's protege. Lil Wayne made Drake. The reason we know Drake right now is because Lil Wayne, arguably the greatest rapper of all time, co-signed and basically picked this man Drake up in his arms and kept walking with him until Drake got to the top.
Literally.
So that would be kind of
shady.
Flew him out
to Houston and everything.
You see? So it'll be a little shady for Wayne too, because that's kind of like co-signing Kendrick.
But that being said, though, Billie Eilish, she got some smoke from the social media users because she was singing that bar, the A minor bar, and she's supposedly really good friends with Drake. And people came at her. Yeah.
So
she
imagine
was at Coachella.
Wayne.
I know. You know what? That's very interesting, and I appreciate Benjamin's perspective on that. I did not put that together, and we know that Drake and Wayne, they're still close. They are.
Bro, Drake has Lil Wayne tattooed on his body.
As he should. As he should. I'm sorry, as he should,
So, they are locked in.
But that being said, though, I don't think Drake could necessarily come at Wayne. They're in Wayne's city. And if K-Dot invites you on stage, and if Wayne's not involved in that song, you know what I mean? Like, what if Wayne is nowhere to be seen when Not Like Us is on? I'm just saying.
I pray.
Oh, I need Wayne.
That Lil Wayne.
Oh, he can't. We can't.
Concert.
I'm not gonna not watch, but we need to see Wayne. It's in New Orleans. Come on now. It's disrespectful if he's not there. And that's the thing. Wouldn't that be interesting if Drake put his foot down and said, no, if you do that, we're done. But I don't think he would. He's not.
First off, you ain't finna talk to Wayne
That's what I'm saying. Drake would never.
What?
Exactly. Wayne
the GOAT.
Come on now. So I appreciate Ben's perspective. I love that. And I'm definitely going to be sitting on that until February. But I think we'll see Wayne on that stage.
I hope. But he got me. Ben got me.
No, that's a stumper.
I don't know.
That's a stumper. Nah, that's a tree trunk right there because I was not expecting that. I'm not going to lie. I completely forgot about that. But he makes a really valid point. Interesting. And I wonder if it's going to be a West Coast type of vibe, like how Dre's was, if it's just going to be a California vibe. Who knows? It could be anything. I think the ultimate plot twist, though, would be if Drake came on stage. I know it likely is not happening, but I actually see that happening. I know that's weird, but we're months away. I don't know what could happen in between then, but I'm just saying, if Drake can make fun of himself, if he can laugh at himself, if he can laugh at himself because he knows that those accusations are not real, hopefully, that's why you're laughing at yourself.
Wow.
I think it's possible. And then I think we'll see Drake and Wayne. So I'm going to call it right now. I would not be surprised if we saw Drake. I know. It's far-fetched. But you never know. A lot could happen.
That would change the game. That would be the biggest halftime performance
ever.
Like, no, how social media might go down. Like, I don't even think we'll be able to post on social media because I think it'll be wrapped. Like, it'll be over. Social media would definitely go down. The internet will go down. Like, I think the world might pause for a moment if something like that happened.
I know. But if there's anybody I could see waving the white flag.
Oh, it's going to be Drake. You know, he's a little soft.
He's Canadian. Like, I think Canadian, like, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but I think Canadians are more likely to be like, no, it's okay. Let's try. You know what I mean? Love y'all. Yeah. But, like, real talk, I think if anybody is capable of doing that, if anybody's capable of tucking his tail and, you know, saying, all right, it's Drake.
It's definitely
You know what I mean?
I feel it.
Well, we'll see. I don't know what to expect. A lot could happen between now. I mean, it's only September. We have all the way until February to speculate. But I do think it's going to be probably a halftime show unlike any we've ever seen before. I just have a feeling about it. You know, I don't think that it's going to be one of those things where he's just going through his greatest hits.
Oh, no.
I think there's going to be more to it. There's going to be a story told.
Yeah, no, Kendrick Lamar is the second. Well, I think Kanye is the best rap performer ever, but Kendrick Lamar is the second best rap performer of all time. When you're talking about stage presence, the way, bro, everything is so artistic.
Yes.
Nobody's doing that.
And he's not extra. He doesn't have to be.
He's not.
I wonder what Ye thinks about all this.
Oh, Ye spoke out. Ye actually made a remix to Like That going at Drake.
He did. Any reason for him to go at Drake? I've been loving this.
Oh, yeah. He like, hey, Dot, hey, Future, hit me up next time. Okay. He literally said that. Yeah.
I believe it. Yeah.
You know, he ain't messing with Drake. Even though they on and off, I don't know what their relationship is.
Well, I think Kim kind of ruined that.
Yeah.
But anyway. Let us know what y'all think about this Kendrick Lamar, Drake situation. Do y'all think the beef is squashed? As in, the K-Dot win? Drake has waved the white flag, the white towel. Is he done? Is it over? Or do you think there's more to come? And then talking about that halftime show, I mean, that's a pretty big deal that Kendrick Lamar is now going to be headlining this year's Super Bowl halftime. As we know, it is the most watched event in the nation every single year. There's no event that tops that one. And that being said, do we think that you're going to see some surprise guests? Is there any chance that Aubrey Graham will make an appearance? With J. Cole? Are we going to see the big three? Is Wayne going to be there? There's just so much to speculate. Is his wife going to crip walk on stage? The kids going to come out? Like, what's going to happen? I don't know. But I have a feeling it's going to be something like we've never seen before. I'm excited about it. It's been a long time since. And you know what? I don't like rap beef that results in violence. And I appreciate that this one is just about being a wordsmith. Just using your words. That's it. I love that. I don't love the accusations, but I love that we're just using our words, not our fists. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't really respect when people have to take it to that degree. Because I don't think you need to. You're a rapper. You're not a fighter. You're not a boxer. You're not Tyson. You feel me? Like,
this is art.
This is art. Thank you. Thank you. Let us know your thoughts. Are you able to separate the art from the human? Are you excited for this halftime show? Do you think that Drake will pop out? Will he be in the crowd? What if he was just there in like one of the suites? I'm for real. Like, what
the camera
if?
pan to him.
I'm serious. What if? Because Drake, I could see Drake doing something like that, like on some like I'm unbothered. You know what I mean?
When he's clearly bothered.
Obviously. I mean, we'll see. Well, we really appreciate y'all for being a part of this conversation. Jason, I can't wait to see what happens.
Me either, Mel. Me either.
It's going to be a good one.
This is going to be one of the greatest halftime performances ever.
I think so, too. I'm looking forward to it. K-Dot, if you need a backup dancer, let me know. Jason, do you dance?
I can dance like Michael Jackson, that's it.
Oh, okay. Wait, that reminded me of the Drake bar. I can dance like Michael Jackson.
No, man, that's what, bro.
Hey, K-Dot made
Drake,
you
I'm
his
so
son. Let me stop.
I'm just mad that he lost this badly. I'm mad that accusations came out.
Me too.
I hope he can come back.
I do too. And you know what? If anything, hopefully this has taught Drake, don't ever be friends with a child anymore, because it's weird. It's weird. I'm sorry. I know you were once a child star, but it's weird. It don't matter. It doesn't matter, sir. We live in the real world. I understand that Hollywood is not the same as our reality, but our reality, we're the ones that are supporting you. So you can't be on that because we can't relate. You know what I mean? As much as we try, we can't relate. We'll never be able to. I tried to relate as much as I could. And even the extent that I went, I still can't relate. I'm sorry.
Because your situation is like not that.
Not even a little bit.
I can see where you're saying.
You see where I'm trying because, again, coaches. You coach minors usually. You know, teachers. You teach minors. Like, that's where I'm trying. But even still, I'm sorry. I can't. I tried, Drake. I can't. Let us know your thoughts, y'all. Kendrick Lamar, he is headlining this year's Super Bowl halftime show in New Orleans. Of course, we know that Lil Wayne, the greatest rapper of all time, in my opinion, that's his hometown. But Drake and Wayne are besties. Drake and Wayne are bros. Wayne is arguably the reason why Drake has the career that he does. Obviously, Drake works very hard. He's a great artist, but Wayne quite literally discovered Drake. And Drake says that to this day, Wayne is still his mentor, still his GOAT. So do we think that Wayne will be on stage with K-Dot, who, of course, I mean, really, he put out a lot of accusations about Drake. And that's a hard thing to come back from. I don't know how you come back from that. So I love that we've even, put that into the atmosphere. Shout out Benjamin. The idea that Drake's, let's just call him his mentor, the fact that his mentor is going to be potentially on stage with this man who threw out accusations that may or may not have ended Drake's career as we know it. That's a tough sell. It is. That's tough. But we'll see what happens in a few months. Let us know in the comments what y'all think about it. This is Nothing But the Truth with Melanie Ricks. Shout out Jason Smith. Appreciate you always. Producer extraordinaire. We'll see y'all next week. Have a good rest of your day.